Okay, I have a problem. I'm about to release another guided meditation. You can see one that's up here. This is a loving kindness meditation on my website, brilliantside.com. But I'm going to release another one, and I've noticed people are making mistakes. They are making some really key, crucial mistakes when they're listening to some of these guided meditations. So I want to clear them up right now. So when you go to listen to a guided meditation, chances are you're going to make some mistakes. And there's 4 major mistakes that people make when they listen to guided meditations, whether that be a guided meditation from my website, Brilliant Side, or just a free guided meditation you might find on YouTube, or maybe something you ordered years ago on like a CD or a cassette. Whatever it is, these different tips are going to help you with your guided meditations to make them even more effective. So the mistake that most people make is that they fall all the way asleep when they're listening to a guided meditation. I get it, guided meditations, they are super peaceful, they make you very relaxed, but you don't want to fall all the way asleep like my cat does when it's listening to like us talk or something like that. You can think of it a little bit like learning to play an instrument. Meditation is a skill building activity. So if you fall asleep when you're trying to learn how to play the piano or play the violin, that's not going to be very good at helping you learn that instrument. And same thing with meditation. If you are falling all the way asleep when you're listening to it, that's not good. That is too deep. You don't need to sit on a fancy meditation cushion, although you can, or a meditation bench. And you definitely don't need to sit in some sort of fancy yoga pose in order to meditate, but you can just recline. Recline in a rocking chair or a recliner, or sit up in your bed by propping up some pillows. That's really the best place to listen to a guided meditation, where you are relaxed, but not too relaxed. The second mistake that most people make when it comes to guided meditations is they expect it to be completely automatic. That because you're listening to this guided meditation, whatever it is that you're specifically working on, whether it be kindness or losing weight or focus, whatever it is, that if you just listen to that meditation, then the problem is going to be solved. You don't have to do any work. That is not the case. You need to put in the work outside of the meditation cushion in order to get the most benefits. A good way to do this is if you're practicing a loving kindness meditation, for example, and you want to develop more compassion, is to practice that compassion in your day-to-day life. If someone needs something, then go out of your way to help them, or be kind to someone you might not normally be kind to. You also don't want to listen to a guided meditation too much. I know that sounds a little counterintuitive, but it is true. I've sometimes given one of these guided meditations to a client or someone I know, and then they'll come back a week later and they'll say that they've listened to it like 4 or 5 times a day, every day for the past week. That is too much. You're training too much, and you need to be more in real life and practicing some of these skills and these ideas in real life. I just have to show you. Look at this cat. Oh my goodness. So how often should you listen to a guided meditation if you shouldn't be listening to it 4 or 5 times a day? Typically, I recommend once a day, maybe for a week or 2, until you can get the process down. And then this leads me to the 4th mistake that most people make when it comes to guided meditations, is they never leave them. Sometimes their whole meditation practice is just guided meditations. And if you're doing that, that's like trying to learn how to ride a bike and never taking off your training wheels. Yes, it's easier to balance with training wheels, but you're not really getting as much freedom, as much growth when you have those training wheels still on. So my number 1 recommendation is to listen to the guided meditation just enough so you can get it down on your own. You kind of know the process in your mind, and then practice it without listening to it. This especially applies to things like mindfulness-based meditation and loving kindness meditations, but can apply to a bunch of other stuff. And you don't just have to practice when you're on the meditation cushion. You can also practice when you're at work, when you have some spare time, or when you're at the grocery store just standing in line. You can practice some of these techniques, and that's how you're going to get the most benefit. So I always like to take action whenever I kind of create one of these videos or create a podcast episode with my podcast, Shut Up Brain. And so I'm encouraging you to take action as well. That if you found any of this stuff to be useful, go to my website, brilliantsci.com. I have a free guided meditation on there. In fact, I'll link that in the description of this video. So you can go right to that guided meditation. It's normally like $7 or something, but you can get it for free. And practice some of these things. Practice making sure that you are not lying down all the way, that you don't listen to it too much, just enough to kind of get the process down, and that you also don't just use them like training wheels and never meditate without a guided meditation. So I hope this video is useful. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. And now that that video is done, I'm gonna go get some milk because I have some Irish breakfast tea that I really want to drink. We have no milk. I can't drink my tea without milk. And Teddy Bear the Siberian. We'll just relax here. Oh jeez.